What's up? What's up? This is your boy, Pastor Pierce, checking in on this Wednesday night for our Wednesday night checkpoints. Hey, as promised, I told you we're going to get back to uploading our content on our YouTube channel so you guys can access it on demand when your time permits. So if you're new here, I am the student pastor of the Greater Life Church here in Dallas, Texas, 7031 Forney Road to be exact. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. So tonight is all about wise counsel, making good choices, and just doing the right things and moving in the right way. All right. So after this video, we're going to come back and talk about those things. All right. See you in a minute.
What's my schedule for today?
Nothing, you lazy bum.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I meant, King Greg, you have a full day of being awesome.
What's the capital of Paraguay?
You should have studied more.
I did study last night with Todd.
Is that what they're calling it now?
Search for lower back dragon tattoos.
Why do you hate your parents?
Move studying for that test to tomorrow.
But the test is tomorrow.
Remind me to skip school tomorrow.
Siri, remind me to TP Mr. Ryan's house tonight.
You are better than that.
Okay, you're right. Remind me to egg his house tonight.
That is not what I meant.
Play Dead Rotting Horse Corpse.
That is devil music.
How do I make a fake ID?
What are some good insults to put on Facebook?
How do I start a gang in my neighborhood?
Please do not text and drive.
How far is too far?
Why don't you ask your mother? She is listening outside your door.
Remind me never to call Matt again.
Directions to Kyle's keg party?
Nothing good happens after midnight.
Be quiet, Siri. Siri, call Matt.
But you
I
said...
don't care. I love him.
What's up? Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that video where we saw Siri telling some teenagers what they should and should not be doing. Crazy time when a phone has to tell you to travel the right path, right? It's crazy. But listen, that's not real life. Real life is this. We are living in a time when everyone believes they are an expert and their opinions carry more weight than facts and truth. It's a crazy time. You can present someone with a bit of truth or a whole lot of truth, and they will argue you up and down because their way is the only way. Prime example, you get on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever your social platform is, and you will find that when people post things and their followers or those that are just browsing their pages, if they disagree with the post, they'll spend their whole day going back and forth about something that you posted. Right? That's the time that we live in because we say everyone is entitled to their opinion. Well, that's not always the case. Here's the $1 million question. Where do you go, right, when you need advice? Who do you connect with when you need direction? Do you listen to social media? Do you have a circle of friends that are more mature than you are that can give you good counsel and good advice, or do you just stay to yourself because you have it all figured out? Well, here's what the Bible says. The Bible says, if you will, turn to Proverbs 12 and 15. It says this: a fool's way is right in his own eyes, but whoever listens to counsel is wise. I'm going to read it again. Proverbs 12 and 15. A fool's way is right in his own eyes, but whoever listens to whoever listens to counsel is wise. So what's a fool? I know back in the day we used to call each other fool. What's up, fool? Or, man, you a fool, right? But here's the definition of it. It says it's a silly or stupid person. A person who lacks judgment or sense, or a person who has been tricked or deceived into appearing or acting silly or stupid. A weak-minded or idiotic person. Man, listen, I hope those of you that are watching this video, I hope none of you fall into this category. When it comes to being a fool, watch this, is so sure of their way and they never seek advice. Here it is. They wake up in the morning time and they say they got it all figured out. They are not concerned with what their parents have to say, their teachers, their coaches, their mentors. They just wake up and they say, I got this. I'm going to do it, whether it's right or wrong. I have my own way of doing things and I don't need any help. Right. A fool's perception is one-sided, and they refuse to take advantage of the knowledge of those who have experiences beyond theirs. Man, listen, back in the day, we had what we call OGs. I don't know if they still have those, because it seems like everybody is an expert nowadays. But back in the day, in my neighborhood, we would have a group of guys, even though they were doing wrong. They would make sure that the little kids were always safe. They would tell us to go to school. They would tell us not to sell drugs. They would keep us out of harm's way. They understood that their experiences would save somebody else. It would keep them from getting into trouble. Only a fool would not take the advice of someone who has already gone through some things, right? The job of an older person or an OG or a person that's more experienced is to keep you from making the same mistakes that they did. Our job is to take advantage of the knowledge that's been passed down. One thing I love about our church, we have a multi-generational church. We have from the way mature to the young, right? And we have many in our congregation that have gone through things, that have been at this church since the door was open. I think they walked with Moses too, but I don't know. But listen, they're able to share the experiences. They're able to pass down knowledge because they've already gone through it. It's up to us to receive it and apply it to our lives. That's wisdom. Watch this. So that's the fool, right? In comparison to a wise person is this. A wise person has a way about themselves that considers the cost. They step back and they say, man, you know what? This may not turn out for my good. This may not turn out for my benefit. And so instead of going with the crowd, they go the other way because they weigh the cost. They consider the cost. They have a manner about themselves that shows wisdom. They ponder on right and wrong. They think about how this will elevate them or not. They think about how their decision will impact others, maybe indirectly or directly. They consider the cost. The dictionary says this. A wise person or having wisdom is this. It's having the power of discerning and judging properly as to what is right and true, or possessing discernment, judgment, or discretion. The Bible says this. A wise person will listen to counsel. Who's in your counsel? Right? Who's in your friend group or your text group or your Remind app, whatever you have? Who's in your counsel, your group that you can lean on when you have to make a decision? Listen, there are some people out there that have some great answers for your problem. But if you're going to be wise, you have to lean into it. Now, watch this. Every wise answer may not be for you in this season, but you can take that wisdom and you can store it up for when you'll need it. That's what a wise person does. Watch this. If you look for guidance, you are considered wise. And you understand that your own way comes with flaws. In other words, your way is not perfect. You have imperfections. So even though you may think it's a good idea, it's the right way to go and all of this, it's always best to submit your thoughts, your questions to somebody that can review them. Many of you know I'm in my PhD program, and we are encouraged that before we submit something, that we let one of our peers read it first. Here's why. Because they'll see things that I may not see. Maybe my format or my structure or what I'm saying is out of line. whatever. But they encourage us to submit our work to one of our peers first. Let them review it a couple times. Then you turn it in. That's wisdom. Because very few get it right the first time, right? If you look for guidance, you are considered wise. You understand that your own way comes with flaws. You know that God, watch this, often leads through others, and that even bad experiences turn out to be lessons. Listen, for a wise person, even when they fall short or things don't work out the way that they should, they don't count it as totally bad. They say, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? It's those experiences that build wisdom and faith and encourage us to go on a little bit further. Listen, the way you respond to advice shows your level of wisdom and maturity. Listen, y'all, it's not good to get upset every time someone tries to lead you in the right direction. Many of us are just trying to play our little small part in making this generation and the next one just a little bit better, right? And so the way you respond to the lesson, the way you respond to the choices, the way you respond to the advice tells us how mature you really are, okay? So ultimately what separates a fool from a wise person? It's the way that they see or how they perceive things and how they listen. How they see and how they listen. So I want to read something that I read from a commentary. 2 points. It says this. Number one, what is it that keeps a fool from being wise? Here it is. His way is right in his own eyes. He thinks he is in the right in everything he does, and therefore asks no advice because he does not believe he needs it. He is confident he knows the way and cannot miss it, and therefore never inquires about the way. The rule he goes by is to do that which is right in his own eyes, to walk in the way of his heart. He makes his will his law. He is a fool that is governed by his eye and not by his conscience or the leading of God. Okay. That's the first one. Now, the second one is this. What is it that keeps a wise person from becoming a fool? Because you can go either way. A fool can become wise and a wise person can become a fool. So what is it that keeps a wise person from becoming a fool? Here it is. He is willing to be advised. They desire to have counsel given to them. He listens to counsel, being different of his own judgment and having a value for the direction of those that are wise and good. He is wise. It is a sign he is so, and he is likely to continue so, whose ear is always open to good advice. Here it is, finally. Which side do you fall on? Let's keep it real. Are you a fool or you a wise person? I'm just, you know me. I'm going to ask, are you a fool or you a wise person? Remember this. There are none in humanity that have enough wisdom within themselves to totally direct their own path. We all need somebody. We're not going to get to where we need to go leaning on our own understanding. We have to acknowledge God in all that we do, and he will direct our paths. We all lean on something to progress. My encouragement is this. As you lean on God, trust him to put the right people in your life to help guide you along the way. When we do that, we exhibit wisdom. When we take sound advice, we can use it for our benefit and God's glory. All right. Hoping you ain't falling on the foolish side. I'm hoping you're overwhelmed in knowledge and wisdom and you're ready to apply it. You're going to make good choices and all that comes along with it. All right. So listen, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell somebody, man, put this stuff on your pages so your homies can get this wisdom, so they can get this knowledge. Tell them to go to our YouTube page, A Greater Life Student Ministry. and subscribe. Do what they need to do. All right. Real quick, couple things. We'll be doing this every Wednesday for the month of September. You'll be seeing me. Then beginning in October, your senior leaders will take over and they will finish out the fall. And then who knows? At the top of the year, I might be calling on some of you to do this. So be ready. See you guys Sunday at the Greater Life Church in the student building at 10:30. We're going to kick off at 10:30 just to give the grown-ups time to get in and get settled, do what they need to do, give you time to get over here. But at 10:30, we kicking it off this Sunday. Hope to see you. Bring a friend. Oh, one more thing. The first person that comes up to me Sunday and quote Proverbs 12 and 15, I'm going to drop something in your cash app. I'm going to do that. All right. See y'all Sunday, 10:30 or sooner. I'll be here early. So if you're up here early, come holler at me. But our service starts at 10:30. Hope to see you soon. Peace.